You won't realize it now, but one day you'll look back and wish you had done things differently. Not because you weren't talented, but because no one warned you what really matters. I've seen players with insane potential vanish by 20, and others with average ability go pro. And the scariest part, it won't be the mistakes you made. It'll be the chances you never took, the moments you let fear win, the lessons you had to learn too late. Because the truth is, most players don't fail because they're not talented. They fail because no one told them what actually matters until it was too late. So if you're still young, still hungry, still chasing that dream, this is your warning. These 7 lessons, learn them now or regret you haven't forever. Lesson 1. Confidence is skill, not born. There's a massive myth that ruins countless football careers. The belief that confidence is something you either have or don't. That some players are born fearless, while others are doomed to overthink every touch. But here's the truth. Confidence on the pitch isn't a gift. It's a discipline. It's not something you wait for. It's something you build, step by step. Think of the most composed players. They weren't born that way. They earned that presence by putting themselves through uncomfortable situations, making mistakes, and showing up anyway. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Most players think, once I play well, I'll feel more confident. But it's the other way around. You need to train confidence first if you want to play well consistently. So how do you train it? Start by being intentional. Visualize yourself making the right decision under pressure. Imagine losing the ball and immediately winning it back. Picture yourself calm, precise, and unshaken. Then, combine that with action. Play in uncomfortable situations. Volunteer to take the penalty. Go into the game knowing you might mess up, but choose to act boldly anyway. Confidence doesn't mean you never doubt yourself. It means you trust yourself even when you do. Stop measuring your confidence by how you feel. Instead, measure it by your willingness to act. Can you show up fully even when your heart is racing? Can you commit even when you're scared? That's real confidence. It's the quiet belief that says, I've prepared for this, I belong here, let's go. Don't wait until you're older to start believing in yourself. Start now. Build confidence like you'd build a first touch, with repetition, pressure, and belief. Because in football, skill gets you noticed, but confidence keeps you in the game when everything falls apart. Lesson 2. Consistency over motivation. Here's the trap that ruins more potential than injuries ever will: waiting until you feel motivated. Most players get it backward. They think elite players wake up fired up every day, ready to train and dominate. But the truth? Even the best feel lazy. Even they have days where they'd rather stay in bed. They just don't let that feeling win. The ones who make it don't rely on motivation, they rely on systems. Motivation is a spark, emotional, unpredictable, and fast to disappear. Consistency is a fire. It burns low, but it never goes out. When you build your game around motivation, you train when you feel good, when the weather is perfect. That's not growth. That's convenience. Consistency is showing up when nobody's clapping. It's choosing the hard session over the easy one. It's doing the extra reps when no one's watching. Why does consistency matter more? Because every time you train, you're stacking habits. And habits are what you fall back on when the pressure is on. When your legs are tired in the 85th minute, motivation won't save you. Muscle memory, discipline, and repetition will. Pros aren't born talented. They're incredibly consistent. They've done the same pass 1,000 times, the same movement, the same recovery routine, over and over. While most players wait for the perfect moment, pros make every moment count. Stop chasing motivation. It won't unlock anything. Start chasing consistency. Create non-negotiables. Make your routine so solid that it doesn't matter how you feel. The truth is harsh but simple. Inconsistency kills potential. If you're serious about becoming great, forget perfect motivation or waiting for inspiration. Show up every single day, even if it's boring, even if it's hard, even if you don't see instant results. Because those who succeed aren't the most motivated, they're just the most committed. Lesson 3. Mastering the basics over fancy skills. Here's a hard truth no one wants to admit. Most players chase the spotlight but forget the foundation. Everyone wants to do the flashy stuff, but what actually makes you stand out? The boring stuff. The stuff that wins games, not followers. Watch the best midfielders. They don't spend 90 minutes doing tricks. They control tempo and make every pass look easy because they've mastered what most players ignore: the fundamentals. Things like first touch under pressure, quick, clean passes, scanning before the ball comes, knowing where to be without the ball. These aren't highlight worthy, but they separate a top-level player from someone who just looks technical. In a real game, under pressure, you don't have time for fancy. You fall back on what you've drilled thousands of times. If you've spent more time perfecting step-overs than your first touch, you'll panic and get exposed. Mastering the basics gives you instinct and control. It makes you reliable. the kind of player coaches trust and opponents fear. Ask any scout what they look for. They won't say cool tricks. They'll say composure, awareness, clean technique, decision-making, all built on the basics. You want to be unplayable? Start with the foundation. Get your first touch tight. Practice simple turns under pressure. Pass with both feet accurately. Work on body shape and scanning. Fancy moves don't matter if you can't control the ball first. The basics aren't just the beginning. They're everything. Every great player you admire has mastered the same basic actions you think are too simple. So while others try to impress, you'll be the one who actually impacts the game. Lesson 4. Recovery is training. What do you do after a tough session or game? If your answer is nothing, that's a problem. Most players treat recovery like it's optional, but in truth, recovery is where growth happens. You don't get stronger while training. You get stronger when you recover from training. All the drills, lifting, and sprints break your body down. If you don't give your body time to rebuild, you're piling stress on stress. That's how players burn out, get injured, and hit plateaus. The best players don't just train hard, they recover like professionals. They treat recovery as part of the session, not something you do after. They sleep like it's sacred. They eat and hydrate with purpose. They stretch, do cold therapy, and decompress mentally. They know the sharper your body is, the sharper your game becomes. Mental recovery matters just as much. After a match, ask yourself, did I perform as I wanted? What went well? What do I need to work on? Then, let it go. Don't carry frustration into your next game. Clear your mind. If you're training every day but feel stuck, it might not be your effort. It might be your lack of recovery. Players who recover best train more consistently, stay injury-free, and remain fresh, focused, and fearless. The next time you think about skipping sleep or ignoring soreness, ask yourself, are you really training hard or just breaking down your body with no time to rebuild? Train like a pro, but recover like one too. Lesson 5. The truth about fascia training. You trained your muscles and worked on strength, but what if I told you you're still missing the most important part of how your body moves? Most footballers have never heard of fascia, yet it connects every movement you make on the pitch. Fascia is a thin layer of connective tissue that wraps around your muscles, bones, and organs, like a spiderweb holding your entire body together. It allows your body to move as one powerful, fluid machine. The problem? Most traditional training only targets muscles in isolation. You do bicep curls, squats, core workouts. Those help, but if you ignore fascia, your body moves like a stiff robot instead of a fluid athlete. Fascia training makes elite players look effortless. It's why some players glide, while others look like they're fighting their own body. Here's how fascia makes a difference. Faster change of direction, more explosive power, better injury prevention, smoother movement. If you ignore fascia, your muscles become strong but uncoordinated. Train it properly and your entire body works as one smart, spring-loaded machine. How do you train fascia? Dynamic, elastic, full-range movements. Exercises like plyometrics, animal flow, resistance bands with tension, and spiral movements. Drills involving bouncing, twisting, and connecting your upper and lower body. This isn't just theory. Top academies have integrated fascia training. Most regular players don't know it exists. That's your advantage. Once you start training this hidden layer, you'll move better, recover faster, and feel more powerful. Don't train like a bodybuilder. Train like an athlete. Your fascia is the secret weapon you didn't even know you had. Lesson 6. Talent isn't born, it's built. You probably heard, he's just talented, as if talent is a gift you're blessed with, but that's not how it works. Talent is not a gift, it's a product of your environment. Look at the most skilled players. Their natural strengths didn't make them great, their environment did. Surround yourself with people who live and breathe football and watch how fast you grow. They don't hand you talent, they pull it out of you. When you're constantly around teammates who push you, friends who love to play for hours, and coaches who tell you what you're doing wrong, you don't just play more, you play better. That's why multiple pros come from the same area. It's not genetics, it's culture, competition, and an environment that rewards growth. The problem? Most players stay stuck in environments that drain their potential, surrounded by lazy or negative people. If that's you, you need to break out. Find a new circle. Train with people better than you. Join local teams, pickup games, or online communities. Talent doesn't just come from how often you train. It comes from who you train with. Your habits change in the right group. You show up earlier, focus harder, and stop making excuses. Over time, you stop being the average player with potential and start becoming the one everyone else tries to catch up to. So no, talent isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And it all starts with who you're around. Now that you know talent is something you can grow, there's one more truth you need to hear. Even with all the skill in the world, opportunities won't come to you. You've got to chase them down. Let's get one thing straight. You could be the most technically gifted, hardworking player, but if you sit back and wait for scouts to randomly discover you, you'll be waiting forever. Pro opportunities don't come to you. You have to go get them. Many talented players disappear into obscurity because they assumed someone would notice them. But football doesn't work like that anymore. Millions chase the same dream, only a small percentage put themselves in a position to be seen. You need to be one of them. You can't just dominate your local league and hope for the best. You've got to network, reach out, and show up where it matters. Email clubs, contact coaches, message agents, attend tryouts, trials, showcases, even if they're inconvenient or intimidating. The ugly truth is this: the best opportunities aren't for the best players, they're for the boldest ones. Clubs aren't just looking for talent, they're looking for people who take initiative. Players hungry enough to knock on the door even when it's locked, and if it doesn't open, they knock again and again. You need to be relentless. Treat your career as your responsibility. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody owes you a chance, but you can earn one if you chase it. And when you finally get that shot, make sure you're ready. All the lessons in this video, confidence, consistency, fundamentals, recovery, environment, lead up to this moment. Don't just sit there waiting to be discovered. Start acting like the opportunity is already yours, and go claim it. Let's wrap this up. You've just learned 7 critical lessons that most footballers don't realize until it's too late. These aren't just motivational quotes, they're truths built on real success and real failure. If you take them seriously, you won't just become a better player, you'll become the kind of person football needs more of: focused, disciplined, and dangerous. Now tell me, what position do you play, and what's one lesson from this video that hit you the hardest? Let me know in the comments, because I might just make a full video on it. And remember, potential means nothing without action, so take the first step, then the second, then never stop. You've got this.